Hello, all of you beautiful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Nebulous Fleet Command. And I am currently Furvis the Loathwolf. So the devs sent this key to me, as is normal. I do the first launch on stream. So let's take a look at it. If it launches. Hopefully we don't have the same problem we had yesterday with Subnautica. Ah, it is launching. Woo! Yeah, I guess Hooded Horse liked my coverage of some of their stuff before, so they sent me a few keys to their games. I have so many keys around me. It's a good thing there's a honey to keep them all together.
I'll do my best.
Welcome to Nebulous Fleet Command. Nebulous is a complex strategy game with mechanics and systems that can easily overwhelm the unprepared. It is highly recommended to play through the Fleet Academy to quickly get into commanding your space fleet. Click below to go to the tutorial now, or find it under the Campaigns menu. Please keep in mind this game is early access and still in active development. Thanks for playing! Yeah, apparently they have the first act or something of the story coming out shortly, so they sent me a key to check that out in particular. Oh, hey there, Hibzan! Oh. Oh, no.
Hello.
Why?
Hello.
Why?
Is this gonna be one of those situations where the entire first recording of this is just tutorial?
I get the feeling it's necessary.
Oh, boy.
Well, at least they give you a tutorial. They don't just throw you into Lake Michigan and expect you to swim.
What's the name of that one Star Trek simulation?
The Kobayashi Maru?
Yeah, that last lesson really reminds me of it.
Final battle problem. Well, I guess there's nothing for it but to get started. The Bethel Rebellion. An Alliance fleet deep within enemy territory must create an opening for the rest of the invasion force. But the truth behind the rebellion makes their mission far more complicated than they had ever imagined. So is this actually the tutorial, or...
Sometimes they bake the tutorial into the story.
Yeah, it's just confusing because you got this at the top, but then you've got all of these lessons. And I am absolutely... Ooh, host co-op? Interesting. Well, I don't have anybody to play with, so let's just jump in. Okay, I am beginning to think that this is not tutorial.
I'm agreeing with chat. That looked like it was an actual campaign.
Yeah. Oh my god, how... Well, now this is an entirely different thing of tutorial.
But...
Yeah, this is different from the first thing that we saw.
I noticed. I'm confused as you.
Devs, if you watch this, might want to take a look at that.
Menus, the game.
I guess we'll just go Fleet Academy. Okay, now it only has the lessons.
Oh.
Okay.
I guess it initially loaded up with the Fleet Academy tutorial, and for some reason, Bethel Rebellion actual campaign was in there.
This scares me. The fact that there are 3 separate tutorial segments. I am terrified of whatever I'm about to encounter in this game.
Let's hope they're fast, like high school shop modules.
Alright, welcome to Bradford, Commander. I'm Lieutenant Hazel, and I've been assigned as your instructor to get you up to speed with the command interface on your warship. Lieutenant Meadows was reassigned to train pilots and carrier commanders, so I'll be guiding you through your standard trials. To start, we'll be getting you familiar with the controls and how to actually command a warship. And I'll be with you in the CIC. I'll meet you on board. Probably was, female, but oh well. We're gonna go ahead and find out what's going on.
Commander, I'm Lieutenant Hazel. I'll be guiding you through the trials to determine if you're cleared for operations. The brass has their eyes on you, so try not to embarrass me.
Well, I appreciate voice acting in tutorials. A lot.
Let's get you familiar with the view controls first. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse to angle your view. Now use the scroll wheel to zoom in and out. And most importantly, moving the view. Use W, A, S, and D to pan the view. E and C will raise and lower your view in the battle space, respectively. And that's it. Let's move on to the actual interface. We're going to select one of our ships now, so sit tight. You can select a ship either by clicking on its icon in the battle space, selecting it in the ship list, or pressing its corresponding number key indicated in the ship list.
Standing by.
You've selected a ship. Now if you want to focus your view on the ship, you can use the F key. You can also do this by double tapping the ship's number key to both select and focus on the ship at the same time.
Ready.
When focused, your view will automatically track the selecting unit until you move the view.
Standing by.
This is a lot.
Oh.
That right here, right here. This right here. That's a lot.
Why does this remind me of something else I feel like I saw you playing?
Do you have any idea how little that narrows that down?
Are you scared, Master?
Hey, Silver.
Yes, Silver. I
Hey.
am actually scared of this thing.
I saw so many numbers and so many things. What is this? This is a new one, right?
Yes, this is new. It is called Nebulous Fleet Command.
Emphasis on nebulous.
Gotta have more voice acting?
This ship in particular is the Rains-class frigate. It's the most common warship in the fleets, with a generous balance of speed, agility, armoring, and some good room for a good mix of support modules and weapon systems. You'll also see at the bottom of the screen a readout of the selected ship. This is the ship information bar, and it's a list of the status of modules, weapons, current orders, and the general posture of the warship.
I like Paradox games as well, Ibzan. I just haven't seen... well, okay, I guess they do have, like, Crusader Kings and such, which I feel like I'd enjoy if I could just understand it. Also, it may not be Earl Grey, but I do have tea.
Look at him nom it nom 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 nom.
No, it's sipping. I am enjoying
I
some
like to imagine.
pineapple lime green tea.
Lovely.
Duke.
Ibzan, I'm pretty sure you are genetically biased to favor English breakfast. Oh god, I hit a key and now what have I done?
You broke them up? Question mark? What is
I can't
this?
see. There's a Marten video to wait. Oh dear.
What does it mean?
Numbers.
Ah,
is li-
I'm
it's like
hitting escape, but it's not doing anything.
It's like
Okay,
like you're
okay, I
trying
hit
to pinpoint.
spacebar.
When in doubt, hit spacebar.
I accidentally
I'm
hit
starting to-
that.
I'm starting to think these tutorials are necessary.
Uh-huh.
This window is the damage control status board, and it'll be one of the most important items when in battle, as it shows the condition of all modules on the ship as a color gradient. Green means functional and undamaged, while red means heavy damage. A destroyed module or weapon is indicated in gray. Damage control is a whole can of worms, so we won't be covering that for now. Let's move on.
Oh, there's a specific tutorial just for damage control.
That is very
Wow, this
encouraging
is-
the way she
this-
says that.
Game is really going into the minutia of Starship Command here.
Alright, I'll feed the audio through Discord so you guys can hear along.
Next, the mount status display. This shows the status of all external mounts on the hull, which could be weapons, defense systems, or utilities.
So we got 2 cannons, a radar, and a launcher. Okay.
Currently, all of our mounts show green with a black slash, indicating they're operational but idle. If you're ever confused at what a color or a symbol means, you can hover over the color status icon with your mouse to see what's going on. Lastly, we have the posture controls. These define how the ship will operate. From here you can control maneuvers, which sensor systems are enabled, and toggle specific defensive systems. Right now I've disabled most of these so we don't toggle something by mistake, but we'll go over these systems later.
You mean like whenever I
Look at this
activate it
game.
when I hit space?
Uh-huh.
I love these setups for explanations within explanations. Oh my god.
So you know how the interface works, but what about issuing an order to a ship? The ANS Small Beginnings is reporting that their drives are online, so we'll get that frigate into a nearby position. Select the ANS Small Beginnings and open the action menu by right-clicking anywhere in the battle space. On the left side of the menu, select the Move or Movement submenu to see all available movement commands.
Why are there...
The POS or Position command will order the warship to move to a position and hold there. Select position and move the Small Beginnings within 500 meters.
Oh
of
my
waypoint
god.
atlas.
We love menus in this house. We love menus.
So many menus.
This is the dial widget, and it will allow you to accurately select a position on the plane the ship is currently on by moving the cursor. You can left-click to confirm an order, or right-click to cancel. To change the elevation, hold left control and move your cursor up or down. You can also issue waypoints by holding left shift and marking a path. The order will only be confirmed when left shift
The
is
Zim
released
is
and you click again.
overwhelmed.
Don't forget, if you need to get a better view, you can still hold the left mouse button to angle your view even while the dial is open. When you're ready, lay in a course for the Small Beginnings to position itself near Waypoint Atlas.
It's already on its way.
You know, given all the things you gotta keep track of, a good pace for the game to go at.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be thankful that it's going this slow when you are like surrounded by ships or something.
Yeah. Like, I am
But for
all
now,
for a complicated setup, complex setup. This might be a little too much
In the
for
future, you can also use the M key as a shortcut to issue move to position orders.
me. No, I did not, Havoc.
Now let's talk formations. Because only one ship can be commanded at a time, formations are crucial for grouping your forces and keeping management simple. The ANS Dusty Tome is reporting they're ready for orders, so we'll have them fall in with the small beginnings. Select the Dusty Tome and open the action menu.
Receiving.
The formation command can be found under the Move submenu and is issued with the FRM or Formation button. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Left Shift plus F key.
Oh yeah, I am definitely not remembering
We
the
first have to
shortcuts.
designate a ship as the guide ship. This ship will be the actual leader for the formation, and all warships following the guide ship will try to copy their current orders. Select the ANS Small Beginnings to mark it as the guide. Next, you'll need to designate a position for the Dusty Tome to take up in formation. The dial functions exactly like the movement command, but it's relative to the guide ship. Pick a position for the Dusty Tome to keep station on. The Dusty Tome will move into formation, and they'll try to follow the guide ship as best they can.
You're right, Ibzan. I'm just not going to remember them.
If the guide ship is moving when the ship is ordered to form up with it, the guide will automatically slow down to allow the other ship to catch up. You can have as many ships as you want in a formation, but keep in mind that there are drawbacks to having a lot of closely packed ships, beyond white-knuckled helmsmen. Spacing is key, and sometimes you need to split up. Ships near each other create a larger radar return, making stealth and evasion more difficult and allowing the enemy to detect you at a longer range. But we won't go over sensor coverage just yet.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
there are
Virgo,
so many things that she's like, but we'll cover that later. Don't you worry.
we'll go over. We don't want to overwhelm you too much, so we'll go over that and about 100 other things in the next lesson.
Anyway, click the menu button to see the movement options and then select one of the movement options from the sub-menu.
Frost Husky, yeah, like Ibzan said, I don't think they need to simplify. I think it's fine. For certain players. I really hope that they're not expecting to get market share with this. Because I definitely can see that this is not a game for the vast majority of people.
So is this new? Did this just come out?
It is still in early access. Yeah, exactly, Jits. It is the type of game that is awesome once you learn it. Kind of like Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress is very difficult to learn. But once you do, it's a fantastic game. And yes, Ibzad, they gave me a preview of the campaign. So if we have time, we're going to be checking that out as well.
Waiting for your orders, Commander.
One moment. Sorry, everybody. We've got maintenance here, and apparently, I guess, the workers. So apparently, the management company did not tell the construction company, the actual maintenance people, what all needed done. So the maintenance people came, the maintenance company, construction company, had to, they sent people out here to assess what's going on. And now they're having to communicate and try it back and forth across 3 different people, because you got the management company, the guy in charge of the construction company, and then you got the actual maintenance workers.
Wow.
So there's like a bunch of people around your house right now while you're streaming?
No, there's only 2. Or 1, I don't know.
But they're having to call other people to get, to figure out,
That's
communication.
so annoying. We are streaming in this house. Can you like not make noise for a little bit?
Oh, they're not making noise, so that's not a problem. It's just that I'm having to text the construction company.
Because Zim is the ultimate liaison between all of these people.
Yeah. Because literally, apparently, the workers aren't going to call their boss, figure things out. No, apparently, I have to do it.
I want to try something. Wow. Does this work? Hey! I exist as a little guy.
Yeah, but your collar's
Aw.
not right.
Yeah, of course. Like, I just wanted to test it out to see if it would work.
But it is cute.
Yee. Oh, Jits, I was in calculus in secondary school, so in like junior high, I guess. Calculus was hell. Hell. I remember it being like one of the most mind-numbing things I've ever had to go through. But I always got a 9. As much as it hurt.
I never took calculus.
Do not do it. It is hell, and unless you have a very specialized profession, I don't think you're ever gonna use it in real life. By now, of course, I've forgotten pretty much all of it.
I get by usually with just basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division.
Yeah, exactly. The other day I realized that I have forgotten how to do like paper division, how to just write down a division thing.
Like a long division problem.
Yeah, I don't remember how to do those. And I was like, oh no, my brain is shrinking.
If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, exactly. Awful.
Okay, I let the others here know, so that way they're, good to go.
To be fair, do they even teach long division anymore?
I mean, they did back when I was in not elementary, the next one. I forget the
Middle
name
school?
of those in English. Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna go and get back to this.
You can see the structure of your
Okie
fleet
dokie.
and its formations in the ship list, which dynamically updates to show which ships are in formation with each other. Orders can be issued to your entire formation at once by opening the action menu in formation mode. This can be done by using left shift plus right click with any ship in the formation selected.
What?
The action
Okay.
menu will indicate it's in formation mode by displaying the number of ships the order will be delivered to. For formation mode, don't worry about which ship you have selected, as the order will be delivered to all of them. Easier that way. Movement orders are a special case, as they will always be routed to the guide ship, and the whole formation will follow them. Now let's get the whole formation moving in a direction. The Drive Course command, found on the Move submenu as the CRS or Course button, will order a ship or formation to travel in a certain direction indefinitely. Select the Drive Course command now. Do not issue the order just yet. When it comes to picking directions
Oh,
in
there it
space,
goes.
you'll use the sphere widget. It's similar to the dial widget from before, but allows for choosing directions more uniformly. It can be a little tricky at first, so take your time and get a feel for it. Moving your mouse cursor around will position the target on the surface of the sphere. By holding left control, you will log the direction and be able to change the radius. This is useful for weapons, as you'll see in a later lesson, but for choosing a course, we really only care about direction. Know that the cursor will remain on one side of the sphere, even if you pan the view. The initial size is determined by where your mouse was relative to the ship when you first opened the widget. If you need to switch the side, hold left control and draw the radius back through the center until it's on the opposite side. Get some practice moving the cursor around now, as selecting a direction or position in 3D space can be very disorienting at first. When you're ready, issue the order to get the formation underway in the given direction.
We're on the way, Commander.
The formation
Okay,
will now drive
sure.
the course until told to do otherwise. Careful not to lose attention and let them get too far. We've had an incident in the past, and I'm not going to fill out more paperwork.
What? Just set them on a drive course and then they just fly themselves into the sun or something?
They just keep going till they hit something.
Lastly, let's break the dusty tone back off from the formation. To do so, all you need to do is select the ship and issue a standard movement order to it. That will override its order to keep in formation.
On it.
Well, congratulations! That completes your first lesson in maneuvering ships in the battle space. We'll cover more advanced topics like weapons employment and tactical view in the next lesson. I'll see you back at the academy.
Yay!
Congrats, Zim. You survived your first lesson.
Oh. This is information. Yes.
This is the information of all time.
Oh, they save all of these battle reports. Love. Oh, I hit the wrong one. I thought that said exit, not export. Okay, off to the next one. Weapons employment. An understanding of the vital tactical view and how to properly engage targets with ship-mounted weapons are paramount to a proper fighting force in the fleets. Okay.
Now comes my favorite part, weapons and how to use them. Don't worry about that red contact over in the distance. It's a decommissioned frigate that's been tugged out here for target practice. Before we get to weapons, we need to learn about the tactical view. You can switch between tactical and normal views by pressing spacebar.
Oh, so that's what I went into. This is the tactical view. This is a view, all right.
Oh my.
Goodness.
The view controls here are the same as before, but you can zoom out much further and get a better idea of the situation in the battle space. Take a moment to look around now. The tactical view provides you with a lot of information that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. It's your primary way of knowing what's happening around you. You'll be using it a lot. The range plane shows you both elevation of targets and their distance from a given point. When no ships are selected, it sits at the center of the battle space. Select the small beginnings now to see how the plane changes.
Orders.
Take note that the range plane moved to center on that ship. It'll also track with it. All ranges will be indicated relative to your currently selected ship. Notice that the line from the enemy track to the range plane has a slight curve. This is because elevation and range are not directly related, so the contact's distance on the plane must be projected onto a sphere.
What?
Those were words.
I just got back and I am scared. What am I looking at?
This is the tactical view. And I have no idea what line she's talking about.
The line from the enemy track to the range plane has a slight curve.
I think I'll just move on and hope that it makes sense.
And we find out
This
later
layout makes
that
it
it
easy to
did
determine
not
the
make
range
any
of a
more
target by
sense.
looking at the position of the plane relative to your selected ship's capabilities. The dotted lines represent maximum ranges of your ship's systems. Red indicates offensive range, blue is sensor range, and defensive systems are green.
Well, I only see blue.
Yeah, I don't see anything red.
Except for, these lines, but that's more of an orange. Am I, supposed to be clicking on this
While
thing?
there are common ship configurations found throughout the fleet, most ships have some unique capability. The ANS Small Beginnings is configured with 2 Mark 62 twin-barrel 120mm cannons and a 16-cell vertical missile launcher. I'm unlocking your weapon systems now, so let's put gunnery to the test with some tried-and-true naval fire. There are several ways to target weapons. The fastest and simplest is by shooting directly at the sensor track. To do this, right-click the red sensor track to bring up the action menu in track mode.
Okay, so right-click on
The
this.
action menu will indicate it is in track mode by displaying the targets and track number in the space. It will automatically open the weapons list if there are any weapons on the ship. The active targeting mode is shown at the top of the list. Right now we are in track mode indicated by TRK. We'll talk about other modes later.
I don't really even understand. Well, I saw something pop up, but she didn't say anything, and it went away right away. It says fire armor-piercing shells at the target ship.
Knock him
okay.
out.
Oh, I think something's happening.
Eradicate! Destroy!
Definitely seeing some hits there. Looking good. If the guns can't hit a target, the ship will automatically roll itself to get currently active weapon on angle on the target. This is called unmasking.
Hey, they hit something.
Right now you'll notice that our fire is pretty inaccurate. This is because our targeting solution isn't using a fire control lock. The red dot jumping around near the track shows where our sensors think the target is. Let's improve our targeting accuracy by locking the target with our bullseye fire control radar, located on the top of the ship. To do this, right-click the track and select the LCK, or lock, at the top of the action menu. You can also use the X key keyboard shortcut.
Okay. aren't
Stuff.
Standing
Oh.
by.
I gotta reselect the ship.
LCK, I think. Yeah.
Oh, lock target. There it is.
Notice the new icon on the target. This indicates that the target is locked on and is providing much better accuracy and increased update rate on the target. Remember, not all ships have fire control radar, and you'll only be able to get a lock with ships that have them equipped. Right now we are shooting armor-piercing, AP, shells at the target. Armor-piercing is effective on armor plating, but will only deal damage to internal components directly in the shell's path once it punctures the hull. While any damage is a good thing, we can deal even more damage by switching the shell type to high explosive, dealing damage to a wide area in the target's internals. We use high explosive, HE shells, against targets of appropriate size or smaller, or larger targets with heavy armor damage. HE shells cause much less damage to armor, but penetration will explode inside and do damage to all nearby components and personnel. To switch to HE shells, first open the action menu in track mode by right-clicking the track.
Hey! Well, she is not actually. She
Now we'll
keeps
select the small
skipping several
beginnings and
things,
watch
but
what it's up
okay.
to. The mounts display shows the ship's cannons are firing and cycling. When the yellow bar is filled, the cannon will fire again. We can also see that the fire controls radar is solid green, indicating it's active and it has an active lock-on.
Well, we don't have any visual of this
Here's
thing.
the active orders list, showing an icon for each order the ship is currently executing. Right now we have an order to fire our guns and an order to lock the target.
I guess what she means is that the dot is no longer like just kind of wiggling about.
Well, yeah, I understand that bit there. Lightning! Congrats on that 10-stream streak! Hello there, Toshime.
Have the small beginnings hold fire and break their lock-on by right-clicking on the order icons to cancel them. And that's the basics of gunnery. The key thing is to know what ammunition to use, especially as your target takes more damage to warrant the big stuff. But what if you don't have a sensor track? Take a look at your ship's hulls, and you'll notice the 4 white octagons on the sides. These are radar panels, and provide coverage for their respective sector of space. There's also a central control module inside the ship, which tracks what these panels see.
So these? I guess?
When panels are damaged or destroyed, you'll lose coverage in that area. Similarly, if the radar controller is destroyed, you'll lose all coverage in all directions. Obviously, fighting blind is not a good thing. But that won't put you out of the fight just yet. Direct fire weapons like cannons can fall back on visual targeting, where the crew will provide targeting data to your guns using onboard optics. Some weapons like missiles can't do this, however. I've ordered your crew to disable the radar. Take a moment and observe what happens. You don't want the first time you're operating without radar to be the real deal.
Oh, well, thanks!
With sensors disabled, you will now see visual contacts when you have one of your ships selected, and nothing when no ship is selected. Visual contacts are only useful to the ship that actually sees the target, unlike the sensor track, which was shared across all ships. If you don't see anything, you'll need to move within visual range, about 3,200 meters. I've created a marker in the general area for your reference. That won't happen in actual battle.
Oh, of course
You can
not.
fire on visual contacts the same way you did with the sensor tracks. Use visual targeting to fire at the target ship with the small beginnings guns again.
Okay, so I need to...
Yes, Commander.
Alright, you form with the ship. We'll do this.
Formation. Standing by.
You... move.
The vibration you see on screen is actually Master Sim's brain trying to calculate everything that he's about to do. Oh, and now it's turning into
Just a bit.
pixelation and distortion.
Aye,
Uh,
aye, full burn.
Just slightly.
he giga braining.
Positioning.
Oh my god,
On it.
Well, I think that's close enough. Or at least as close as I'm gonna get this. Hello, Shadowhunter. Pat the Okie. Congrats on the 55 stream streak.
Hey,
I see that you are a cute-seeking missile. Enjoy colliding with Silver. Or Merle.
Yay!
Or
Wait,
Key.
what? Ah!
Okie.
Explodes.
But why?
Knock him out.
In a situation like this, you can imagine things are not going too well for you, but you'll at least still be a threat, so don't feel too cut up if your sensors go dark. Now missiles. The ships in this fleet carry two variants of the SGM-2 series anti-ship cruise missiles, the Thunderhead and the Hurricane. The Hurricane is a command-guided missile, which means it is guided to the target by a launching ship. If it misses the target, it will come back around and try again until it runs out of fuel, is shot down, or finally hits the target. Command missiles are very difficult to avoid. The only way to defeat them without destroying the missile itself is by destroying the launching ship or jamming its sensors or communication. Shoot the archer, as we say. The downside is that the Hurricane must be shot at a sensor track. If you lose a track, the Hurricane will be useless.
Doubles the bets and gives them back at you, Shadowhunter.
Let's launch 3 Hurricane missiles at the target. Start by opening the action menu in track mode on the target.
Launch confirmed.
Apparently
It
I'm
seems
too
to be
close, but we're
working.
gonna do this anyways. Oh, please don't actually shoot my own ship. Why are you missing? It is sitting there. It is
no, it's
not
caught in a
moving.
cycle. Incredible.
What the frick? Are you?
I think you caught it in like a perfect loop of oscillation.
I guess so.
Oh wait, it's getting close. Maybe. Warmer.
Well, wait. Engagement failed.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, there it goes.
Now select the SGM-225 Hurricane with the weapons list. This will queue up a single missile shot at the target and leave you with an active track selection widget. Multiple missiles can be fired with a single order using the left Alt key. Hold the left Alt key and click on the target to add one more missile per click. The number of queued missiles is shown next to your mouse cursor. To issue the order, you can either click the left mouse button with the left Alt key released, or you can press the Enter key. Once you've issued a launch order, you'll notice the mount status display will show the number of missiles that are being spun up for a launch.
Okay, I think I got it? I have no idea.
We'll find out.
I just love
Okay.
seeing the missile miserably just explode in nothingness.
Oh,
There we
this
go.
time they hit.
It takes time between when the target is selected and when the missile actually leaves the ship. This warm-up time is when the weapons control system brings the missile online, checks it for errors, establishes a reference frame for the IMU, uploads the target package, and more. Programming time varies by missile type, with more complicated missiles taking more time. The number of missiles that can be warmed up and programmed at the same time is referred to the ship's maximum salvo size, and it varies from ship to ship based on its configuration. These two frigates each have 4 channels, so 4 missiles can be fired at a time. Missiles are one of your most limited and precious resources, second only to the ships themselves. They are extremely powerful, but extremely scarce. You'll need to know when to use them, as it can't be replenished under normal circumstances outside of a port. A frigate like the Rains will be crippled by only 2 or 3 missile hits, but in a real fight it will often take more than that to penetrate an enemy's point defense, which are a serious threat to Hurricanes as they tend to fly in a direct path. The ANS Dusty Tome is carrying a different missile loadout. Select the ship now so we can take a look at it.
Okay.
This frigate is carrying Thunderheads, an active radar-guided missile, which means it carries its own method for finding targets, allowing it to seek targets by itself. It can be targeted in the same way as the Hurricane missiles, but once it has left the tube, it's entirely autonomous. When it reaches the end of its path, it will activate its onboard seeker and begin searching for a target. The greatest benefit of active missiles is that they can be sent on complex waypoint paths, allowing for multi-angle strikes and even hitting targets behind asteroids. But we'll cover that when you get to your advanced missile trials.
Oh, thanks!
For now, let's just fire 3 Thunderhead missiles at the target as we did before with the Hurricanes.
Okay.
As easy as it is to use active radar missiles, there are some downsides to their operation. The first is that the missile must find a target within the cone of its seeker in order to track and kill it. This makes evasive maneuvers such as course changes an easy way to defeat active missiles fired at long range, especially against fast-moving targets. The second shortcoming is that active seekers are easy to decoy with chaff and other countermeasures, meaning more missiles need to be used in order to score a hit, as active missile radars are particularly sensitive to jamming and decoys.
We love
But
to
that should do
hear
it for
it
your
pull,
weapons
and we
trial.
love to see it.
I'll have Fleet Logistics retrieve the dummy ship, and I recommend looking into all the weapons when you get your chance. I'll see you at the Academy.
This is a thing. A thing of all time.
We just
Definitely.
got educated.
I am so glad
that
that
was
it's at least
lesson
voice
2?
acted. Yes, that was just lesson 2 out of 7. But let's not forget that they also have advanced tutorials, which has
Jesucristo.
another 3. And then another advanced tutorial, which has 2.
Wow.
I know people will love this game. I feel like I would probably love this game if I figure it out. It's
mean,
just
that's the
one
thing,
of
right?
those that's going to have such a drastically massive learning curve that most players will be turned off right away.
Mm-hmm.
This sounds like Toad's alley.
Oh, absolutely. Alright, next up, damage control. This pineapple lime tea is really dang good. Hello, Azure.
It sounds delicious.
Hey, Azure. Pet the Azure.
Bit, Azure.
Alright, ready for something really nerve-wracking? For as long as you're out here in space, it's
Mhm.
inevitable that you're going to take a few hits over the course of your career. In reality, the odds of us coming out unscathed in an engagement are exceedingly low. If you want to stay fit and combat effective, you're going to need to learn how to repair damage. Let's begin. To start, select the A and S Small Beginnings. I've had my boys set up some simulated scenarios for us to cover. Just stay cool. You'll start seeing some damage come up.
Ah, yes. Stay cool.
For the purpose of this training exercise, I've just simulated damage in 3 of the Small Beginnings subsystems: Mount 1, the main radar controller, and the Combat Information Center. In the ship list, you'll notice a number of new icons have appeared. The orange number indicates the number of damaged components with active debuffs, which affects the performance of those damaged components. If there's a fire, it will be indicated here. Obviously, a fire in an enclosed space is a serious threat to ship survival. It'll slowly damage the ship over time, and it'll also slow down the working speed of damage control teams. This red number indicates the components have been damaged to the point where they are no longer functional. This also includes components which have been completely destroyed. The red chevrons indicate the ship's command system are not operational, meaning they are no longer receiving any orders. Open the action menu to see what it looks like. The text at the center of the action menu will display "Not Receiving" when a ship can't receive orders. This is because the CIC, or Combat Information Center, has taken critical damage. You may have warships with backup command systems that allow maneuvering orders to be carried out while the CIC is disabled. This allows you to get your ship to safety and effect repairs. However, this ship isn't fitted with that.
Okay.
Going back to the ship's status display, we can see the damaged components and their locations. By clicking on the status display, we can open the damage control board. Do so now.
Oh, hello.
The damage control board will show all of the components installed on the ship and their current status. You can use the filter buttons at the top to suppress things that you don't want to see.
Communications restored with command.
Okay, I see. I don't know what any of these mean, but...
Your damage control
It's all
officer will
green for
automatically
him.
prioritize repairs based on how important a component is. For example, your reactor and CIC are going to be priority 1, as they're critical to the operation of the ship. If you have your own priorities, you can click on one of the items on the board to prioritize it manually. Prioritized items are highlighted in blue. Keep in mind that changing priorities frequently can cause teams to move around a lot, which wastes valuable time that could be used for repairs. Damage control teams are stationed in a DC locker and will move from there when damage is taken. It'll take time for repairs to start, as the teams need to get themselves and their tools to the casualty. You can see the progress of the damage control teams by the gauge filling up on their token. Hazards like fires are their first priority, before they'll begin repairing actual damage, as these can deal damage over time. The important thing to remember is that once a component has taken damage below 90%, it can never be fully repaired back to 100%. Maximum repair is 10% more than the lowest integrity level the component had at the time of repairs. We'll let your teams work before we continue. Let's do 2 more drills. The first is a component restoration exercise. The CIC is now destroyed, with the integrity at 0%. Repair teams won't begin repairs to get it operational again, without you explicitly telling them to do so. You'll need to get it repaired. In the damage control board, find the CIC and use left shift plus left click to order your repair teams to start working on it. Once it's repaired, the ship will be able to receive orders again.
Okay, so we have to force them to go fix something that's completely destroyed. Got it.
This must be done manually, because restoring a component is a time and equipment-intensive process. The equipment to do so is stored in the DC locker, and each locker only holds enough materials for 1 or 2 restorations. Although the CIC is disabled, and this ship can't receive orders to move or fire, you will always be able to prioritize damage control to attempt repairs. But this means that your repair teams are extremely vulnerable. They're moving into parts of the ship that are actively taking enemy fire, and could very well be killed. If all the personnel on a team are killed in action, you'll lose the team completely. If you run out of repair teams, you won't be able to repair at all. You can't replenish teams outside of a port, so keep that in mind. We'll wait for your teams to finish their work, then we'll continue.
Okay.
So not only do you have to worry about the outside, the inside is also very important.
Now that
Yes.
the CIC is restored, the Small Beginnings is ready to receive orders again. After the teams reboot all of the computers, that is. Lastly, we'll do something a little dangerous, a catastrophic scenario.
Uh-oh.
Most component damage is localized, and will only affect the part of the ship where the damage was received. On the other hand, catastrophic scenarios are situations which, left unchecked, will eventually take the whole ship down. These situations include reactor overloads, magazine explosions, and fuel line fires, just to name a few.
Just a few, yes. Pat the Okie.
Pepetioki,
Poquito.
And Pet the Silver.
Oh, bet.
Have you been a good boy?
I think so.
You
know.
think so?
I mean, when it comes to my punishment, I have been a very good boy. But I don't know about other aspects of my life. I would say I haven't.
What have you done that might not be good?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just used to not being a good boy. But I think I've overall been a pretty good boy this week. Just earlier today, I have 2 friends that went to a System of a Down concert. And while they're away, I had to go to their house and water their, they have 15 plants, and they gave me specific instructions as to how to water them all. And I did it, so I think that constitutes a very good action.
That is definitely you being a very good boy, yes.
Yeah.
Your repair teams will automatically move to prevent catastrophic damage, so there's not much you can do except watch. Just get a feel for what it will look like.
Oh, both of them went over here for the reactor.
Beautiful.
Oh, I know. One of them is idle. Why are you idle?
Your damage control officer will always prioritize repairs for a situation like this. The ship's survival always comes first. Notice the flashing warning icon in the ship's list. Below the icon is an estimated countdown before the situation gets out of control. If you don't know what's wrong, you can hover over the warning icon to see a tooltip. Out of all of the catastrophic damage you might see, reactor overloads are the most deadly. Your teams know how to work with a damaged reactor, but fires and other hazards can make it a nearly impossible task to complete. Should the reactor go critical, you'll see a reactor bloom with a blast radius of about 1.5 kilometers. Standard doctrine states to move all of the friendly warships out of the danger radius of a ship with an impending reactor overload.
Oh, okay, yeah, just, everybody pull away.
Run for your life, every man for
your
himself.
Weapons could have damaged the reactor housings, and you'll get little to no warning before they go off. But Commander, that's it for your damage control trials. Just keep an eye on your teams and be smart about their movements, and you'll come out just fine. Remember, the ship's survival always comes first.
You make it sound so easy, lady.
Oh, I know, right? Hello, Soren. Okie, has Silver been a good boy the last few days?
I have full trust that my husband will tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
He has been a great boy.
Hell yeah.
Very well. You are released.
For real? This early? Hell yeah! Thank you! Yippee! To freedom! And I will try my best not to have it happen again.
Well, yeah, because next time Moki's the one being punished.
Oh, right. All the more reason to. Yeah. God damn it. I
I'm
forgot
sorry.
that my actions actually do have consequences. No.
Yes, they do. What the heck happened? I feel like I missed something.
Not something we'll go into on stream.
Yeah.
Oh,
It is
understandable.
that kind of punishment, yes.
Right back.
Asher is right. Honey is pretty cute. What campaign are you from?
Oh, I'm from after tomorrow. The setting is Nine Gates. I'm an Amber Carbuncle.
Oh, adorable.
And somehow I am still taller than you, Reno, which is very strange.
Aren't carbuncles like tiny?
I'm like 4'6".
And how tall am I again? We're like. I know that we are kobolds and we're tiny, but I don't remember specifically how tall I am.
I'm pretty sure you're shorter than 4'6".
Gonna be
Jeepers.
honest, the expression on Zim's model says it all.
That is the homophobic eyes. It's like, I see you.
Wait, Krill, how tall are you?
6 foot 4, I want to say.
So he's
Wonderful.
definitely the tallest out of all of us.
Yeah, Solonians are tall.
I don't know why I thought you were shorter.
Meanwhile, Fervis over here at 9 feet.
Because
Well,
the
yeah, but he's
player is
massive.
short.
Oh.
Yeah, Fervis is definitely the tallest of the crew. Although
And
he's
I don't-
technically
He's technically what?
technically not on the crew yet. I don't know if you've been, if you're still just along for the ride right now.
Close enough to being on the crew.
So yeah, he's the tallest of the crew.
Gosh, I think he's taller than Maines. My.
Yep, large size category.
It's critical for you to understand your sensors and the things that affect them, as they act as your eyes in the battle space. After all, you can't shoot what you can't see. But now it's time to learn how they actually work. How to evade detection while spotting the enemy, and how to fool your opponent is absolutely paramount to a successful engagement. Let's begin. Select the ANS Small Beginnings.
Waiting orders.
The first thing we'll talk about is your signature size and methods of signature control.
Okay.
Active sensors like radar detect enemy ships by bouncing radio waves off of them. The physical size of your ship, combined with the angle of surface and the cross-sectional area from the viewing angle, affect the size of the returned energy. In other words, the same ship will appear on sensors at a longer range if its broadside is facing the enemy versus being bow on. The smallest radar cross-section for the Rain's frigate, for example, is from above and below the port and starboard stern. You can see the size of your signature by hovering over the signature summary on the ship information bar. There are other contributing factors to the size of your signature, including what modules are active and how many ships are nearby. Right now there is another ship nearby, which is boosting the size of the radar return and making it so the enemy can see us at a longer range. Let's lower our footprint. Move the small beginnings more than 250 meters away from the dusty tome, so you won't contribute to each other's signatures. Don't move towards the enemy, we want to keep our current range.
Okay.
Moving.
Nyom. I guess it's not really a nyom, more of a...
Zoom.
Not even that.
Womp womp.
They're kind of
If
slow.
you hover over the signature summary with your mouse,
Boing.
you will see the nearby ships modifier is gone, reducing our overall footprint. It's good, but we'll need to do better if we want to hide ourselves from the enemy. On the ship list, the yellow icon indicates that the ship is spotted by the enemy's sensors and is being tracked. Similarly, a red crosshair here would show that the ship is locked by the enemy's fire control radar. We have a good set of tools to reduce our radar footprint even further. Let's see what we can do to shake the enemy off. This switch will toggle our radar systems off, greatly reducing our footprint. This switch disables our communication suites, which can provide a modest reduction in our signature size. Go ahead and turn off both of these now, and see how it affects our signature size.
Okay. I feel like we should be able to communicate with it, but okay.
You may be surprised to see that even with your radars off, you are still seeing tracks. This is because the ANS Dusty Tome still has the radars and comms on, and is transmitting tracks to the small beginnings, sharing their own data. Hover over Signature Summary with your mouse to see how changing these emission settings altered your signature.
I do see that it's lower.
If you didn't move too close to the enemy, you'll notice that the yellow icon indicating the ship is being tracked has disappeared. If you are still being tracked, it might be because your hull is at an angle that maximizes radar reflections.
Ah, yes. How do I rotate?
Quick, somebody do the spin thing. Make him spin.
Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Ah, wow, wow, wow,
Hello.
wow, wow, wow,
Hi,
wow.
hi, hi, hi.
Oh, wow. So right, I sent you something that came on my TikTok feed.
Who? What?
29 hours, what the hell? Let me see.
I think Werny sent something cursed.
It's someone's cursed Dunkin' Donuts order. I sent it to Silver because it's in Spanish, so they would actually understand the video.
Damn it, but why can't I hear it? I don't have a
Lower
TikTok
signature
app.
size reduces the distance at which the enemy can detect you.
I
even
mean,
if
that's
I
you're
did
well
worth
embed
inside
it.
their maximum
It should be
sensor
embedded
range.
into Discord.
Hello, GibGab. Apparently,
Gabby.
GibGab has also sent a cursed thing.
Disabling emissions also has the added benefit of making you undetectable by passive sensors. Passive radar sensing is typically able
Bro,
to
make the
detect you
diabetes drink.
125% further away from your maximum radar range, so being invisible to it has an obvious benefit.
El diablo.
Guys.
The downside, of course, is that turning off your radars means you can't detect threats as easily. Similarly, disabling comms means that the ship is no longer transmitting any tracks it sees to friendly ships in the fleet. Ships with their comms off will still be able to receive tracks from other transmitting ships, so they can act as a silent shooter. Go ahead and re-enable both the radar and the communications on the small beginnings. Now it's time to
I swear
experience
that-
what having your sensors jammed feels like.
Go ahead.
I swear Dunkin' Donuts has done irreparable damage to any coffee store ever. Just the other day, I went to a coffee shop here called Bernard's, I think it was. That was more sugar than coffee. Like, I just ordered a normal one, and they just add way too much sugar. And I feel like it relates to these videos. These people with the crazy orders. It's insane. But
Dunkin'
I do
Donuts and
love
Starbucks,
the
yeah.
guy. Yeah. Crazy.
It's fucking wild stuff.
It's like, I'm sorry, sir. Would you like some coffee to go with your sugar?
Yeah, like I generally like my coffee extremely sugary. Well, not really extremely. When I have coffee, I do 1 cup of coffee, 1 tablespoon of coffee, 1 tablespoon of sugar. But like whenever you order it from a store, it's like they just fill the whole thing with so much sugar. It's crazy. I feel like I get more energized because of the sugar than the coffee. Wild.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like there's like only a couple things I would get from Dunkin' Donuts. Because like the other drinks I just find are like way too sugary and they just don't taste good to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I get like cold brew and stuff.
Oh yeah, cold
I get
brew is
I get
delicious.
Starbucks like way too much though, because there's like a Starbucks like literally like a block from my apartment, so I I go there too much.
Delicious.
But I like my cold brew, or I get like a latte. Or there's like a local coffee shop I go to as well a lot here that I get like a really good latte from.
Well, I need to listen to this tutorial here.
Go ahead, Master.
We're being jammed.
Confusing,
There's a lot of
right?
tutorial.
Oh, yeah, just everything popping up everywhere. Oh boy.
We love to
The
see
enemy
it.
jammer is saturating our radar with radio waves, making it difficult for our systems to find legitimate contacts. This noise of contacts is what we are seeing, instead of the real radar picture. Notice that we lost track of the ship in front of us, but the one on the right is still clear as day. This is because jamming only affects the area around the direction that is being jammed. Keep this in mind when you're trying to use jamming to protect your own ships. We do have a tool available that can be used in a pinch, the burn-through sweep. Not all radar modules have this, but allows for a short, high-powered sweep in all directions. To execute the burn-through sweep, open the action menu and select the BRN or burn-through command on the top. Then, as quickly as you can, attempt to lock the target. You can use the X key for the lock-on shortcut.
Roger that.
Okay. Yay! We got through their
Burn-through
jamming.
sweeps will show a unique icon for detected targets, making it easier to spot the target through the noise. The icon will linger for about 30 seconds to give you time to lock on. Locked targets are much less susceptible to being lost through jamming.
Enemy
That's
Now
it.
what?
Most
Oh.
of the time you'll be able to maintain a fire control lock in spite of jamming. But keep in mind that jamming power stacks, so a fleet with enough jammers active at the same time will break any lock. Because burn-through sweeps use a much higher power output, they also have the added benefit of being able to spot smaller, weaker contacts at a greater range. This is useful for finding small scout ships or approaching missiles. The downside is that the higher power output runs the risk of causing damage to the amplifiers every time you use it, so be careful not to burn out your radars.
Hello, Sonic.
Your other option for burning through jamming is simply to get closer to the enemy, brute forcing your way in. Just try not to get sunk in the process.
Sonic. I wish
Jamming
Sonic
the
was
enemy
real and my
themselves can
friend.
be as easy as right-clicking their track and selecting our jammers with the EW weapons menu. However, these targets are far enough apart that they won't both be covered by the cone centered on only one of them. The ANS Dusty Tome is carrying a blanket radar jammer. We'll use that to jam both targets by catching them both in the jammer's cone of effect by targeting a position between both contacts. You can target a weapon on a position in space by opening the action menu by right-clicking in open space instead of on a track, and use the sphere widget to target a position between the two contacts. Remember to use the tactical view, as it will give you precise bearings for positional targeting.
Ah. Yeah, this works much easier, yeah. Oh, I see the curved line now.
There it is.
There it is. The board.
When in the tactical view, you'll see each track's position projected onto the sphere of the widget. To blind both of them, aim for a point between those two projected positions. Remember that you can change the radius of the widget by holding left control and drawing the radius in or out.
At the ready,
Okay.
Commander.
Try with the ANS blanket jammer. How do I use this? Is it this thing? Okay. We want it here. Okay, I think I'm understanding this.
It satisfies the brain. Also, hi Rex, front-facing lizard.
At the
And
ready.
like that, they can't see us anymore, just like what happened to us. But they can also use the same tactics like burn-throughs or approaching us to sift through the jamming. While jamming power is additive, it is not linear. The more jamming signals that are present in an area, the more they begin to create destructive interference and cancel each other out. Think of it like diminishing returns. Even if you don't successfully jam the enemy's tracking of your ships, an active jamming signal will still reduce their sensor accuracy. This is particularly devastating for point defenses, which are shooting at very small, very fast targets and therefore require great accuracy. Using standoff jamming in coordination with your missile salvos will make them devastatingly effective. Let's try it.
What? So now we've got standoff jamming as well? Hi, Rex.
Let's try it.
What's up, dudes? I can hear
My
starting
jam is better than yours.
in the middle of that.
Fire off the missile salvo at the enemy ship ahead, and see how their defenses react with your jammer active. Watch how erratically the enemy defenses are firing. Point defense requires pinpoint precision, which your jamming is preventing by flooding their sensors with far too many false contacts.
Oh, my blanket jammer is apparently almost out.
This
Or
seems
something?
interesting.
I think I was supposed to start this from the get-go, and yeah, this is called Nebulous Fleet Command, and it is a very complex game that I am trying to figure out. I feel like I'll enjoy it if I can figure it out.
Very sonar radar heavy.
What is the dotted blue line connecting to the red thingy?
That is a track. We are actively tracking that ship.
Oh.
The only thing I compare this to is battleships.
I love the phrase electronic warfare. That's hella cool.
That's a pretty common one, yeah. Alright, so let's activate our jamming. And then on this one. Oops.
It's really cool until you realize it's insane. Apparently.
Yes.
Why insane? Like, it makes sense within this context, no?
Does it?
Jam their devices, now they cannot see you, and now you pummel them with missiles like you are doing right now. Oh, they're getting your missiles. Oh no.
It
Oh,
said they were
no.
firing erratically. That did not look like erratic.
That looked very,
Using
very
jamming to cover a missile
determined
attack,
and to the
You'll
point.
still need to watch out for air burst point defenses like flak guns, as they don't require much accuracy.
Oh. I see.
Most importantly, the blanket jammer has a 90-second firing time. This is to prevent the amplifiers from overheating and being damaged.
I'll be listening
However,
into
there
all
are
this.
times where you absolutely have to be able to use the system, or you'll lose the ship. In that case, you might not care whether the module destroys itself. This is what Battle Short is for. Select the ANS Dusty Tome if it isn't already.
Go ahead, Command.
Go ahead, Rex.
Oh, nothing. Just saying, I would not be able to respond too much because this is going to be my listening tos as I'm cooking back and forth. So if you ever talk to me and I don't say anything, it's, I'm not at my computer probably. But I'm here. I'm listening. Interesting.
What are you gonna cook?
A bunch of stuff.
A banquet. On my end, I do have to leave now. I just wanted to join for a bit to accompany y'all and hang out, but I do need to start getting ready to leave. So, see y'all. I hope you have a good rest of your stream. And
See you,
thank you,
Silver.
Master, for the freedom.
Bye.
Yeah.
This is the toggle for the Battle Short mode. When this is on, all equipment safeties are disabled, and the equipment will continue to run until it destroys itself. Reserve it for emergency use, where you'll hear an endless litany of profanity from the damage control officer. When Battle Short is enabled, active components with active duration timers will periodically be damaged. However, they will only begin taking damage when they exceed their normal firing time. One last thing to note is that most electronic warfare modules are single-cycle systems. That means they won't repeatedly fire on the same target after their cooldown period. You'll need to designate a new target every time the system comes off cooldown. Jamming is an extremely powerful tactic when used at the right time. Use it to cover your retreat, confuse enemy fire, cover your missiles, and anything else you can think of. With that out of the way, that should do it for sensors and EWAR. I hope I made it easy to follow because the guidebooks on these are nightmarish. I'll see you back at the academy.
You know, considering what you just said there, Gib Gab, about the part of electronic warfare being 20 pages long, and her comment there, yeah, I'm sure. Alright, on to tutorial 5 out of, like, 12. Yay. Yeah, I'm getting there, Slitherite. I am getting there.
Space is vast, Commander. There's usually no cover, and if you're lucky, you can see a threat coming kilometers away. Knowing how to move your ship is one thing, but knowing the right maneuver will make sure you come out on top. You can definitely make it out of a fight in one piece without using advanced maneuvers, but you'll see quite a good drop in repairs if you employ them correctly. Before we get started, let's order the Dusty Tome to enter formation with the small beginnings, so we can see how these commands affect other ships in the formation when issued to the guide ship.
Send traffic.
Alright. Make formation. You will follow there.
Now let's try our first new command. Select the ANS Dusty Tome and open the action menu.
Okay.
All of the commands we'll learn about in this lesson can be found under the Move submenu.
Oh.
The ALD, or Assume Lead command, will cause the formation that this ship is in to restructure itself with the selected ship as the new guide ship. Issue this order now. It's not uncommon for the guide of the formation to come under fire first, as it's usually the most important ship, making it a prime target. Should it become disabled, its escorts will hold position around it. Sometimes you want them to hold the line, but there's other times that you need to sacrifice that disabled ship to save the others. When you have a large formation, the Assume Lead command will save you precious time reorganizing the formation around a new ship that can lead the survivors to safety. It's a lifesaver, literally. Since the Dusty Tome is the guide now, let's keep it selected and start covering the rest of the orders. Open the Action menu in the Move submenu.
Hi.
We'll first cover the ORB, or Orbit command. This command is useful for keeping your ships moving continuously around a target, without having to make hard direction changes constantly. Select it now, but don't issue the order yet. This is a two-stage command, just like the formations. The first task is to select the orbit anchor, or the position the ships will travel around. Let's set our anchor near the enemy target. Once you have selected the orbit anchor, we'll determine the radius and the angle of the orbit. Notice that when you change the angle of the sphere widget, a dotted line now appears. The dotted line denotes the actual path that the ships will follow. The arrow near your cursor denotes the direction that they will fall along the path. This is determined by the side of the sphere your cursor is on relative to your ship. Go ahead and issue the order now. Make sure there are no obstacles in the path. The circle will turn red if the ship might hit something in its orbit.
Alright, I'll be right back, everyone. Okay, real quick, Key. You there? Merle?
Hello.
So, Merle, if somebody tells you they need to update their resume when they just get home from work, what would that mean to you?
That means that they either quit or got fired.
That's what I was
they
thinking.
means either they quit or got fired.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what Red just came in here and told me.
Oh,
And-
you don't start with that.
Oh no.
Apparently, there's an opportunity for him to possibly get promoted. But
Oh.
that's what
You don't need to upgrade. You don't need to update your resume to get promoted.
He didn't need to lead with
Until
that.
you
He
get
really
promoted.
didn't need to lead with that.
You're leading with the possibility of your work stuff changing, and usually that's in a negative way. 9 times out of 10 when you split it. You're gonna give him a heart attack.
That is literally what I'm like. Oh my. Hi, Era.
Yeah, no. You only update your resume when you're switching, like employment
Oh my God.
or different employer, rather.
Hey Zim, the IRS called me. They're giving me $100.
Yeah, never lead with the
concept
IRS
there.
called me either.
Same concept there. Jeez.
I mean, I'm okay with it. Yes, Gib Gab. Yes. It's understandable to update your resume for a promotion or such. But the thing is that he
He
started
really
with,
didn't
I
need
need
to lead
to...
with that.
I asked him how work went, and he said it went all right. I need to update my resume. And then he went on with, somebody moved to this other position. I'm currently this position. And I'm like, he took so long to actually get to the I'm applying to be for a promotion. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here, heart starts racing, races more, getting worse. And then I finally am like,
get
so
to
you're
the
getting,
destination.
so you're trying to get promoted.
Yes.
I mean, Gabby does have a point. It's good to keep your resume up to date, but when you're telling someone, hey, I'm getting promoted, you should just lead with, hey, I might be getting promoted. And then say, oh, I might need to, if I get it, I need to update my resume.
As Merla's saying, you should lead with, there's an opportunity for me to be promoted. Or anything other than what you just said, because like Gibcam said there, yes, that is exactly what was going through my head. Oh fuck, we're fucked.
I don't think you need any more V8s there, Master. I think you got Ren over here to boost your, adrenaline as it is.
I hope you get the promotion, Ren.
Yeah, we all do. We hope
My bad.
Pat the Ren. We love you.
Pat the Ren.
Red, this is why you're a himbo.
Hi, Josh. Hee-ho, hee-ho. Ren is cute.
This, right here, is why we call you a himbo.
Bye, Werning.
Food's done in 40 minutes, guys. Gives y'all a little... some comfort.
I guess I'll just be quiet from here on out.
I don't know, I feel like that'll be worse.
Oh, poor Ren.
Why?
Because then you're just going to be hangry or slumpy the entire time.
Slumpy. Very slumpy. Slumpy, slumpy.
No, you cannot win.
I'll just be in my hole then the entire time.
No. Can't allow that either.
Why not?
Because I said so.
You're not giving me a chance now!
Yes, I am.
Okay, what chance do I have then?
Well, you have a chance for a promotion, so go pursue it. You don't have any position to be angry or frustrated or whatever the hell that was. Constipated? Yeah, that's definitely constipated.
No, you're not getting a reaction out of me anymore.
I mean, that was a reaction. So, yeah.
Yes, all pal.
So, Jits, Josh, you coming in late there. What started there was Ren came in here to my office and told me that he needed to update his resume after I asked him how work was. And then took his damn time explaining that he has an opportunity for a promotion. Meanwhile, I'm going, oh god, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit, oh fuck, we can't afford rent, oh god, oh shit. Exactly, Josh. Exactly. Anyways.
Aye, aye.
If you want, you can open fire on the target you're orbiting to see how your guns will behave. The real utility of the orbit command is that it keeps your ships moving while keeping a side facing the target on the inside, allowing most weapons a good angle at the target. If you just drive a course, you'll eventually have to turn your ships around, or you'll lose the target behind an obstacle, or just slowly start to mask certain weapons as the angle increases. This will cost you valuable time while the turrets swing around. Orbits help prevent this.
Oh my god, Josh. Yeah, I'll add that as a quote, Gib.
The downside, of course, is that your ships will be exposing the same armor to the enemy constantly, allowing them to whittle it down before they lay in heavy munitions. You'll also be presenting a good angle for radar returns, meaning you might be an easier target. You can orbit this target as long as you like, and play with the weapons. When you're ready, issue a drive course order to get our ships heading off into open space, so we can try the remaining commands.
Sure, I'll have them activate the guns.
Solution locked in. Let's sail today, Commander. Beginning the attack. Standing by.
Ew, no Gib Gab.
Oh dear.
I kind of, or not kind of, I really wish that this game had a fast forward or pause button or anything like that.
It just moves in real time.
A little bit of time control.
Let me speed up time or slow it down as I want. Because, like, these ships are taking forever just to get into the orbit that she wanted me to get them into.
It does look like they're moving quickly, it's just the vastness of space makes it look like it's moving slow.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, I mean, 13 meters per second.
That is pretty quick.
That's only 29 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's painfully slow in space travel.
That's painfully slow anywhere.
Not in a town.
No, still painfully slow there.
Yeah, but the speed limit's only like 15, so...
Well, yeah, but it's still
Alright,
slow.
2 more commands to cover. Both are very situational, but you'll be glad you've got them in your tool belt. Better to have it than not have it at all. Open the action menu to the Move submenu, and locate the HDG, or heading command. The distance you draw the sphere widget out to doesn't matter here, as we're picking a direction instead of a position. Select a direction that is different from the course the formation is currently driving.
Hey, hon.
Acknowledge.
Notice how the
Yes.
entire formation is turning to face that direction. Continue to move along in its ordered course. A modified movement order like this is indicated with a blue box around the movement status icon.
I left the oven on because I'm making some bomb-ass chicken for all of us. Yeah. An ad just popped. What timing?
The collar colors on your new icon are wrong.
I always wonder what yours did. Is it flipped the wrong way?
Yeah. Also, you overcooked the pasta last night.
I
Oh,
will
no.
spend an extra 30% of my energy working on that pasta today. Thanks for the feedback.
Hey, you can only improve. It's constructive feedback.
Okay, so
Thing
the
is-
heading direction here makes it so that they fly this way, but they face that way. Okay.
Normally your
Thing is,
ships will
become a
turn
running
into any
gag.
course they are following, as this allows them to use their main engines and provides the best acceleration.
So even if I don't make pasta, I get told that, so I don't know if it's even actually overcooked anymore.
You made pasta last night.
Well, I know, but was it actually overcooked?
I gotta step
Gonna
away.
start messing up the... Josh says I prefer not to gag while running. I'll have to accept I will never quite know if my pasta is al dente anymore because it is now a meme. No, and I did get eggs, and since there's a big stopping point here today, I'm just making some chicken and a lot of sides. So stuffing, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, just a few things.
Yeah.
Open fire. Target lost.
Wait, dude.
However, when withdrawing under fire, this can expose the main engines, and especially the drive module in the reactor, directly to enemy fire. The hold heading order is useful to keeping the bow pointed towards the enemy, protecting your most vital components during retreat.
Sorry, I was talking to Ryan, and I think my ships are leaving the combat zone.
They are.
Cancel hold heading, as well as the next command we'll talk about. Use a CLR or clear command under the move submenu. Clear the heading hold now.
I would love to, but I'm pretty sure I need to get them this way first. Okay, clear hold
The
heading.
last command we'll cover is the ROL, or roll command. We'll do this for the ANS small beginnings this time. Select the ship and select the order now.
Hold on, game. I'm I'm accidentally breaking things.
Acknowledged.
Start a roll command for the ANS small beginnings. Oh, that one.
Traffic.
Roll.
The roll command will allow you
This
to
way.
select a new direction for the ship to use as its up direction. Move the mouse around the widget and click the left mouse button to select a new up direction. Ordering a ship to roll may seem trivial, but like I've said, your radar panels may get taken out by enemy fire. If this is a scout or a spotting ship and it needs to provide targeting data right now, rolling the ship over to expose the functioning panels may be necessary.
Okay.
Also notice that the small beginnings rolled independently of the guide ship, but is still keeping formation. A roll order can also be cancelled with the clear command. And that's it. It may seem simple, but if you use any of these little tricks right, you'll start seeing a difference. I'll see you at the academy.
Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah. Was talking with Raijin and explaining the whole thing. Yeah, you know, the whole Ren situation. Alright, on to lesson 6. Oh, apparently Hazel's been called away on an urgent matter. So now I'm going to be taking care, or getting directions from somebody else, I guess. Okay.
Alright, Commander. Now it's time to turn the tables. We've been on the giving end for all of these lessons so far,
What?
but if you don't know how to defend your fleet, you might as well not be in command.
It's still her.
Defending against
Okay.
anti-ship missiles is a complex topic, and I can't possibly cover everything in the course of this lesson. But at the very least, I'll get you started. I've placed 3 markers for the course we'll travel along for this to work best. Go ahead and set waypoint course from Atlas, where we are now, to Boxer and Comet. If you reach the end at any point, just plot a new path in the reverse order.
Awaiting orders, Commander.
No, at least it wasn't like borrow trauma where you stepped away. We stepped away for like a minute and everything blew up.
I know, right?
To that position.
Okay, so now I get to sit here
I've
and
also
wait.
disabled your offensive weapons, so you don't accidentally, or on purpose, destroy the shooter or spotter ships I'll be controlling, as well as a few other systems that we'll unlock as we go over them. And don't
Accidentally
worry,
on
everything I'm going to
purpose.
fire at you are inert training missiles with no warhead. Let's begin.
Oh, of course, 2-point comet via Boxer. I see. So... Waypoint, and then that.
Moving to that
I'm
It
reaching the
might seem
finish line with the
ridiculous
cooks.
to say, but a lot of people don't consider that the best way to defend against missiles is to simply not be where the enemy has fired them at.
What was that, Rex?
I'm reaching the finish line with the food. I gotta prep 3 sides and then get the chicken ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop out. And next time you see me, I'll be bringing you food. But everybody have a good
Goodbye.
time. Bye bye.
The ship I'll be
Bye,
firing
Rin.
from is about
Backflips into
17
space.
kilometers away. With the speeds these missiles travel at, it'll take them about 75 seconds to reach their acquisition range. When a missile is fired at a track, the target's last known position and velocity are programmed into the missile immediately before launch, so it can figure out how to lead the target. The good news is that 75 seconds is a lot of time for us to not be where the missile thinks we're going to be when it starts its search.
God, there are so
When we
many
talk about
circles.
ASMD, we group defensive measures into 2 categories, soft kill and hard kill. We'll talk about soft kill first, as it pairs very well with the evasive maneuvers we'll do for this first salvo. The rightmost set of buttons on the ship information bar controls your point defense doctrine. The decoy button controls when the point defense controller will automatically fire decoys. If you set it to manual, you will need to fire the decoys yourself via the action menu. It's best to leave this one on one of the other 3 options. The least option will use the decoy with the lowest capability necessary to defeat the threat. Best will always use the highest capability. Auto will fire all necessary decoys. The type of decoy necessary for the threat can only be determined if we have sufficient intelligence on the missile, which can be developed rapidly by the ES-32 Scryer module, which this ship is carrying. If we don't have this information, one of every type of our onboard decoys will be fired. The decoys we have available on the ship are the EA-12 Chaff decoy and the EA-99 Conure active decoy. Chaff decoys are an expanding cloud of reflective metal strips, which create a much larger radar return than the ship that launched them. This presents a more appealing target to the missile, and will hopefully draw it off, a tactic called seduction. Active decoys radiate their own energy and can mimic the signature of the launching ship, making them useful against more advanced missiles, which are also looking for the ship's radar emissions. Now, we're going to use evasive maneuvers in conjunction with these decoys to totally avoid the first salvo. In fact, I'm so confident you'll be able to do it that I've totally disabled all our other point defenses.
Oh! Thanks! That's lovely! Hex, this is called Nebulous Fleet Command, and, I mean, I am in training here. It is a tutorial.
I'm going to launch the first salvo now. When you detect the missiles, change course at least 90 degrees, but preferably more like 120 degrees, away from your current direction of travel. Don't do it preemptively, or the missiles will adjust their lead based on your new velocity vector. Wait until you detect them on radar. Alright, the first salvo is on its way. After you issue the order to change course, raise the throttle to flank speed to get that extra emergency thruster power. As your course change begins to take effect, dump a chaff decoy, or 3, with Shift Z to give the missile something to focus on while we make our escape. Manually firing decoys will fire one of each available passive decoy type. Active decoys will not be fired as they require a target to know how to fly away from the ship. If you want to fire an active decoy, right-click on one of the missile tracks and use the DCY button at the top of the action menu. The button will be highlighted in yellow to show you it will be for a specific threat rather than a generic decoy order.
Spiker inbound that position. Acknowledged. Deployed.
Okay. Flanking speed, please! Why aren't you turning? Uh-oh.
This thing turns like the
Uh-oh.
Titanic.
Uh-oh. Okay, they missed.
Chaff worked?
Yeehaw. For being in space, this thing turns slow.
Yeah.
Done, Commander. Go ahead and get us back on course for either Point Atlas or Comet, and we'll continue. Don't forget to come back down from flank speed.
To that position.
Okay.
Evasive maneuvers can do a lot for you when it comes to avoiding missiles fired at long range. If you do them right, you won't even need to fire in defense.
I don't know why it's not rotating. Doesn't have a, hold heading on it, does it? No. Well, fair enough.
But unfortunately, some more advanced missiles can follow your course changes, like the next salvo I've just launched.
Oh, well, thanks!
Send your traffic.
While we wait, this is a great time to talk about hard kill. Many missile threats simply can't be avoided by evasive maneuvers. The missiles that are on their way now have a command mid-course guidance configuration, so they will follow any course changes we make. For this, we'll need to rely on a combination of soft and hard kill techniques. You can change course if you want, and watch them follow us. Deploying chaff is always a good idea. It's cheap and plentiful, and it may save your life. But it usually won't draw every missile away, so we'll need to deal with the remaining missiles somehow. The simplest of the hard kill methods is point defense turrets. This ship is equipped with 3 Mark 20 Defender 20mm autocannons and 2 Mark 90 Aurora laser turrets. All of these weapons have their own integrated fire control systems, so once they have been cued to an area by the ship's radar, they can lock their own targets and develop their own firing solution. If you want to take a more hands-on approach, you can manually prioritize targets with the Z key or by using the PD button on the action menu. Generally, this isn't necessary, as the PD controller automatically prioritizes threats by size, distance, speed, and whether they're actually coming towards the ship or not. The ship will always defend itself before defending others.
Acknowledging countermeasures.
Oh, well, they did get distracted. Cool!
Yep.
Ha-ha!
And your point defense system did its job.
Somewhat.
Well, you didn't get hit.
Great job! Now get us back on course again.
I never changed course.
Alright, we have one more type of hard kill to consider. Interceptor missiles. These are missiles specifically designed to intercept and destroy incoming missiles. They are the most flexible form of PD, but also the most limited in quantity. This ship is carrying 40 SGM-112 Ripostes, a command-guided interceptor missile. Let's go through the options available by clicking the PD missile button and expanding the menu. The first option is the firing mode. By default, this is set to Doctrine, meaning that all missiles will be fired at all threats that it was designed for. By flipping it over to all, we can disregard those settings and the missile will be used against all threats. On the other hand, Manual will only fire at targets you have prioritized. Next is Firing Policy, which governs the number of salvos we'll fire at each threat. The next salvo will only be fired after the previous one misses. Following that is Salvo Size, which determines the number of missiles in each of the salvos from above. Setting this to Doctrine will refer to the missile type's default setting, usually 1 missile. I know that was a lot, but managing these settings will help you economize your defensive missiles. They always go faster than you think they will.
I will pretend I understood any of that. Yes, Hex, this is an incredibly complex game. I think I'm getting it, but I'm sure the moment I get into actual combat in this game, I am going to regret all of my life choices of even touching it.
This sounds like
Interceptor
actual
missiles excel
like
at defeating
command
threats at a
training
much
for
longer
this.
range
Yes.
than most other point defenses are capable of. That's extremely important when it comes to the most dangerous types of missiles we'll talk about next. Hybrids.
Oh.
Hybrid missiles are advanced, multi-stage missiles which can wreak havoc on a fleet if not countered during their cruise stage. Once they initiate their terminal sprint, a laser is about the only thing that can stop them. Imagine trying to shoot down a corkscrewing telephone pole, traveling at nearly 1 kilometer per second. And that's what facing a hybrid missile is like. Some of these missiles also carry penetration aids, such as self-screening radar jammers and decoy launchers. Fortunately, you don't actually have to imagine, because I've got 4 of them on the way. If you want to make any changes to your PD missile doctrine, better do it now.
It's what I always wanted.
I don't even know what the dose of doctrine
We're gonna die. Fire intercepts.
Yes, she is way too excited about firing missiles at me.
She's been awful excited about missiles and weapons in general.
Okay.
Some people live to just hit the fire button.
I mean, I can't blame her, but at the same time...
That is true. They are blanks, effectively.
And hello, Kenku.
They have no warhead, so they're just gonna ding your ship.
So what? Do they, freaking... Did they miss? I think they missed.
Interesting.
Oh god! Oh god! That is so fast! Oh shit!
Woo.
That was a lot.
And somehow you are not exploded.
Well, they were duds, but I don't think I don't think I succeeded.
Well, let's see. Chaff clouds. Yeah, it's...
Phew,
Heh.
wasn't that crazy?
Okay, I guess I did. I don't know what just happened.
Stuff
You can usually
happened.
expect the enemy to reserve these kinds of missiles for killing capital ships, due to their destructive power, cost, and limited number. The best way to defend against them is with proper positioning of screening escorts, which can enable early detection so you can get your defensive missiles out there and engage them during their vulnerable cruise stage. Well, Commander, that about covers it for the absolute basics of ASMD. Good luck out there. Hazel out.
Congratulations. You didn't die. Also, those intercept missiles did not do their job very well.
No, they did not. At all. PTSD update.
Da 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 da. Wah.
You're not wrong, Kiatu. You're not wrong. Alright, so... That is... 6 out of 12 done. We're halfway through!
Woo!
Oh, God.
So what, an hour and a half?
Put all the skills you've learned to the test in an actual battle controlling a small part of the friendly fleet. Oh, boy.
I hope that there is some sort of, like, automation or, like, AI companion thing you can do, because controlling an entire fleet sounds like it would suck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could do co-op if somebody else had the game. But then again, they'd have to also have the special access that I've got for the story.
And they'd also need to be willing to do this.
That too. Ibsen!
I think Imzen went to bed.
Probably.
It's almost midnight in the UK.
Well, I will definitely play it with Ibsen.
He sounded really into this game.
Yes, he was so into this game, yes.
Hope it's
All right,
it's
Commander,
drawn
this is a
Gabby's
real thing. I
attention.
hope you remembered what I taught you, for all our sakes.
Oh, I
remember-
can enable active pause in the accessibility settings and toggle it with control plus
We've been
spacebar.
diverted from our final certification. A small protectorate harassing force has penetrated into the system, and we're the only units in the area. Commodore Blackwell is in command on ANS and Lattice Bound. He'll be managing most of the task force, but he's left the heavy cruisers to you. I'll be here with you the whole time. Make me proud, and try not to get us killed.
You're doing good, kid. You got this. Just don't get us killed.
Wait. What was that about active pause speed?
Enable active pause.
Oh, okay. What's active pause speed?
It allows you to pause the game to issue commands and such.
No.
So you're
the
not
speed.
Oh! Controls the timescale when using active pause. Set to 0% to pause the game completely while still being able to issue orders. Oh! So by default, it only slows it down to 25%.
Yeah, just 25%.
Okay, thank you for noticing that, key.
Yeah, I didn't notice it either.
One, why is that not, like, available by default? Don't get me wrong, I'm glad it's an option, but you have to be a special kind of person to never need that, especially just starting.
Yeah.
Personally, and again, this is me personally, there are probably people who feel differently. Personally, I think that's one accessibility setting that should be available by default, because you have to activate it to use it. And you can absolutely, like, they could have it on by default, and at the start of this mission go, for your information, there is an active pause thing you can do by doing this. You can turn it on and off in the accessibility menu.
Yes, they do have it set up where you can active pause. Like they let you know that it's a thing. They do not tell you about it only slowing things down by default. But I was going to look through the menu anyways for things. Oh, the campaign has time controls by default? That's good to know, Bedrock. That's good to know. Also, welcome in.
Oh, well, that's good. Also, I'm realizing that part of the reason to leave it not enabled by default is so they can put that screen there, and then you go in and you see the option of what active time speed is.
Yeah, true. I am one that typically immediately goes in to check settings. I did not on this game, but typically I check settings first on a game. Okay, so we've got several potential contacts, and I guess we gotta figure out where.
Small, fast ships, probably shuttles with rocket launchers. They look like easy pickings, but don't let your guard down. If they get close, they can easily take down a ship of this size with swarm tactics. Our big 450 guns will have a hard time landing a hit on them when they're closing with us.
Okay, so we've got... Okay, they're doing active jamming here. Oh, there's more coming in.
Rocket shuttles detected. Moving fast.
Okay, let's go ahead and lock on these ones first.
Rank up. Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Something big down there. My bet is a Marauder line ship. They're big converted bulk freighters with guns strapped onto them. They'll be broadside to us to unmask all their guns, which makes them an easy target for ours.
Oh boy. Hello, Tama! Welcome in! How are you? How was your stream? Thank you so much for that raid. Hello, everybody! Tama, would you like a regular shout out or a random clip from your channel brought up? Also, Key, do you need to get going?
I probably should. I'm also noticing that a bunch of people have gathered in the tabletop room, so...
Yeah, I'll be needing to get swapped here soon as well, so I guess we'll have to put this whole thing on pause, actually. But yeah, welcome in, everybody! Welcome! We can roll the dice on random. Alright, let's see that clip.
Good night. We went still. Okay. We escaped the Bellbro, we made it to the boss. We beat up the gargoyles. We immediately got murdered. This guy standing at the doorway like, I was patient. Oh my god. This game.
Lol.
Wow. Props to that invader.
Well, yeah, welcome in, everybody. I am Rozin. We do all sorts of things here. Right now, we're actually about to switch over to one of our tabletop campaigns. It's a brand new one here on the channel. It's Fallout themed. So stick around for that. We're going to be doing an outro here for YouTube recording, and then we'll swap over to the next thing. Won't be ending stream or anything, but you know. But we do have a lot of things that we do here. A lot of tabletop games. We've got Pokemon, Digimon, Star Wars, Fallout, Cobalt campaign. We've got our own tabletop RPG system that we work on stream. We have several different artists that join us on stream here and there. We've got a wide variety of games. Recently, it's mostly been Hotel Architect. I did some Dyson Sphere program yesterday. So hit that follow button. Come join us again. And for those already here, please share the love with Tama. And thank you again so much for that raid, Tama, and sharing your community with me. I really appreciate it. But yeah, like I said, we're going to be swapping over to the tabletop game. So I'm going to go ahead and do an outro for this game. Thank you, everybody, for joining us so far on the stream today. That was Nebulous Fleet Command. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/ZGFgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, tipping to the channel directly, grabbing merch at zgfgaming.store, or subscribing to us on YouTube. But for now, thank you so much for joining, everyone, and I bid you all the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.
Bye.